Hey everybody, I'm your man Dennis Pitzenberger here, Sema 2019, inside the Isky Racing Camps booth with two very good friends, Nola and Jamora, Scott Taylor from No Prep Kings. These guys have come up with a great package for you guys out there putting massive horsepower on the ground with your Hemis. We're going to talk to Nolan right now about it. All right, Nolan, the weight has been put on your shoulders to keep these guys' cars together. They're putting out 3,000 plus horsepower. They're beating on valve train gear. How are you doing it?
Well, so we had to come up with the new lifter because Scott upped his game this year. He had to. Everybody did really in the Street Outlaws No Prep Kings deal. So he started the year out with the big block, came out and realized, oh no, I need to switch up. So he started running a Hemi. And we know there's some inherent problems with the Hemi in the design. There's no pressurized oiling. It's a splash oiling system. So we designed a whole new lifter for him. And it's got, a different oiling system. It'll oil down to the lifter. It lasts about 30% longer than our regular bush lifter. So in conjunction with that and the bush lifter, the Hemi program has really come a long way, and it's really the lifter to run now. So everybody that switched to it loved it, and it's had great longevity.
As much as I know you love to have fun and go to the racetrack, even a guy that's, road gears in a pro stock car, I also know you have a very distinct engineering background and how to design the stuff to really make it work. Take me through the R&D of what makes this work and last, where Scott's other stuff just wasn't.
Yeah, well, I was taught or mentored by quite a few people, and WEW is what I have on my wall, which is whatever works. And so how do you get there, really? It's just R&D. So we run them on the Spintron continuously. We put a little groove, a helix groove in the bushing now, so that helps oiling, especially on the Hemi. But it's really just trial and error. So we run thousands of hours on it. And we use our other experience with the different Chevy lifters and stuff like that. But really it's trial and error, and you just have to do the R&D. That's really all you can do. But once you settle on it, you know you got a winner.
Now, Scott, one of the things that you did do, as Nolan mentioned, is you stepped up your game. You went to big horsepower in the Hemi. I know that I laugh when you say, well, wait a minute, I just want more power to beat on my parts more. But what has been that saving grace for you personally? I mean, you went out there, you went to a new package, you went to a new motor, and now you're running stuff that isn't breaking. It's got to be almost like, that warm, comfy blanket.
Absolutely. We stepped our program up this season, and the harder you run your car, the worse it is on parts. So with a lot of horsepower and running the car hard and traction control, I mean, we're all over that thing because the track's slick, so it's rough on parts. Nolan built us a lifter to hang in there when other lifters wouldn't, and the valve springs are lasting longer, the lifters are lasting longer, so it's been a great partnership between our team and Isky, and it's turned out like family.
All right, well, Nolan, what's it like working with these guys from the No Prep Kings?
Well, it's really interesting. I had never really watched the show or been to a race, and Scott invited me out, and we really needed to be on the ground and seeing what's going on to be able to design a lifter package that worked and spring package. And I thought if I brought my knowledge out to the track and actually saw what they were doing, that I could help out in some way. And it started off, it's really interesting like anything else, but we're a family business, and now these guys have all become like family because it's a cool old style racing with your family. Not so corporate, but just really serious, but everybody's so passionate about it. Nobody's burnt out. You run until 2 a.m., but everybody's in it, in it to win it, for the win, like Scott says. So I've loved it, and we'll be out there next year, and it's something that we really, really enjoy.
I'm sure you feel the same way.
Absolutely. With all the products we run, not many people come out and make sure their product's working, and that's what Nola's done, and we've took him in. Our whole group is like a big family now, and we look forward to every event because Nolan has been coming all season long, and we look forward to each race.
All right, once again, proving that if you have a ton of horsepower and you don't want to tear up valve train gear, there is one place to go. Scott also knows that. Where do we find more information about your racing program?
Check us out at John Doe Racing on social media.
And of course, where do we find all of these packages? And it doesn't have to be 3,000 horsepower. You can do it all the way down to just nice stuff for your small block. Where do we find any of the great products from Isky Racing Cams?
Yeah, iskycams.com, and then we're all over social media under Isky Racing Cams.
You heard the man, iskycams.com. It is SEMA 2019.